a handsome dude, you know what I mean? But it hit me weird because I could have swore he said he was married. So right there, I kind of was disappointed and lost some respect, you know what I mean? Because of how I see you, you know what I mean? Basically because of how I see you. And
then he was disrespecting
his wife. You know what I mean?
Way,
and
right?
that's how I see you. You're gonna be my wife. And so I kind of lost respect for him. And it's so weird because how I interact with people on a daily basis at work or wherever I'm at, I'm giving out love constantly. It's just a love and blessings. You might get a hug. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
So when he sees that consistently from me, he doesn't know how to act because he's not doing that. I don't expect him to, but he's getting that feeling from me because maybe his spirit is telling him he needs to come up. You know what I mean? But whatever it is. So I'm walking around the corner and he says to me, he's talking to another dude about something, and he said, unless you want to be like D, who's at his best all the time. I kind of just laughed it off. And then he came up to me about my classes. He was like, yeah, I see your classes are doing real well, man. You getting all the girls in there. I was like, yeah, man, we be jamming in there. He's like, nah, they in there for you, D. I was like, nah, man, you got to come in and experience for yourself. It's old to young to, middle. It's not about, that. It's just about the spirit of the class. So you can see how people's minds are distorted, right? So I just left all that alone. I do me, and I don't judge people. I really don't. I might get disappointed in something you say, but I don't hold that against you because I've made my mistakes.
Right.
But what happened was recently, this fool gonna hit my girl up, hit my baby, and he hit her up on Facebook to be a friend. Now, I've been seeing him for the last 5-6 months at my job. He don't know my girl. He's seen you, baby, coming out of our classes. He's seen us come in our classes and leaving our classes. So the fool, what he do is he hit baby up for a friend request on Facebook. Now this a big monstrosity ass dude. You know what I mean? Like big Arnold Schwarzenegger ass nigga. But what it is when you're wrong, you're wrong. And when I'm disrespected, I have to stand up. You know what I mean? If we let people walk all over us, who are we? You know what I mean? We're nobody. And I've been so passive in my previous life. I've been very passive because I believe in love before anything. Sure. If we don't have to take it there, we ain't gonna take it there.
Right.
But what I've learned is I've discredited myself. I've put myself on the back burner. And those days are over. I give myself the credit that I deserve. I respect myself. I love myself.
Yes.
And I'm living in God's love. And I'm doing what God wants me. I can literally say I'm one of the best people on this earth right now. I can say that. And I know it with all my heart. I can say I'm one of the best people on this planet Earth and know that better than most people who can say that. Most people can't say that.
Yes.
I've done the work to say I'm a great human being and I treat everybody the way they deserve to be treated. Everybody, you know what I mean? I can actually say that, you know what I mean? So I've done that work. So my experiences is just basically, what has helped me come to this point. And it's I just want to get back to that last point about the dude. So I hit him up, you know what I mean? Like I hit him up on Facebook, and I hit him. I said like, yo, why you hitting my woman? Asking him to be your friend when you didn't even hit me for a friend request. I was like, I know you. You don't know her. I was like, that's my woman. I thought you was married. You know what I mean? I thought you was a married man. And for you to be hitting my woman up, you know what I mean? And for you to hit my woman up, that just shows lack of respect for me, basically. And I told him, I was like, you need to watch your step, player. Because what you're doing is you interfering with two people that's in love, that's in tune with God. And what you're going to do is damage yourself real bad. And so I put it a little bit sharper than that. You know what I mean? But a little bit harder than that. But he hit me back with the correct response. Because if he wouldn't have, he would have had to pay for what he did. Because I'm in tune with God. And I won't have to do that. Don't think I won't. Because
and even if somebody makes a mistake, what this showed was even a mistake, he inherently knew kind of where our perspective really comes from, and that's natural law.
Right.
When the whole point of this is when I said what the solution was for a right relationship is that I surrendered literally my love life to God, and then you walked in, and it's a different relationship than any other could be. And I know why. It's because God did that. God did something I couldn't do and you couldn't do, and neither we couldn't have even done it together
because we waited.
Because we waited.
You know.
And if that's a
and we healed.
Definitely. And I think once the whole point of it is that it's communicated, whether it needed to be verbally in this particular situation, or non-verbally, the way most of it gets handled. People do need a back to basics on what it is to respect first yourself, but other people and their relationships. And if you are finding yourself, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, if you are finding yourself in a situation where you are contemplating or thinking or focusing on someone who is already in a relationship, you need to check yourself, because you may be investing energy because I do, you're right that who you're talking about, the person did make the correct response, I think, because he inherently understood what you said was most important.
And he came back with the perfect response. What he said was no
harm intended.
Exactly. And I didn't respond because not saying anything says it all.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I appreciated that he came back with the right response, because my charge in it had God's charge.
That was my whole point.
Truth is truth.
Yes.
You don't have to do much more than do what you're supposed to do. And once you hit that certain point and somebody disrespects you, you come at them and you let them know you don't appreciate being disrespected.
Sure.
And let the ball be in their court from that point on.
Right.
But you don't have to engage in nothing stupid and go to jail and all this stupid stuff. When it's necessary, defend yourself, fight. You know what I mean? I love martial arts. So, I'm always ready to protect myself. I just like throwing kicks, period. You know what I mean? And that's just who I am. But I don't wish harm on anybody. Sure. I don't want to physically harm anybody. But best believe I know I have the skills to do that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I don't want that at all. And most people that know me know I'm a gentle being, like all the way. My boys, my homegirls, everybody know D, like he the funny dude, he the party. When we come wherever we go, baby, we the party. You know what I mean? So that's who we are. Like if you come to our dance classes, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see the party. You know what I mean? Because
it's a good time.
All we want is for you guys to feel like we do on the dance floor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We want your spirits to feel just high, up to the ceiling. And we want you to just feel the pure love of the unity when we dance together. We just want that beautiful Dance Life fam feeling that we have. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And for more people to experience it and to really understand that it's not really about being the best dancer. It's not about being the best instructor. It's not being none of that. It's just really about having a good time. Everybody in that room
being the best them.
Yeah, and you together. Come in and our energy together just combines so beautifully. And I thank everybody that's been a part of Dance Life fam. I thank Teresa for everything she's done for me from dancing from day one with Ma's crew. I mean, she let me literally be a part and help grow something that she had by herself. And to me, she's the best out here. I mean, I know it's other instructors that I give props to. I give props to, as far as just Zumba instructors, I gotta go with Teresa first of all, her and her sister Amy. Then I say Shannon, she's dope. I even give love to Dana and Heather. They real good. The GL Studio girls, y'all do y'all thing, and Ellie Studio. Now, in Jeremiah, I give you love, man. I don't know all the Zumba people out here, but I know it's some good instructors and people who do great events. But I just want to thank every single one of y'all, from everybody that was coming to Fight College, and Mandy Gould and Lisa Westcott and Lois and Krista, Pastor Krista. I mean, all these people help shape, the instructor that I am. Stephanie Des Roberts, she helped big time with giving me, things that she needed at the time, she said God told her to give them to me, you know, and don't think at all that I'm not going to repay all these people. Once I get in a position to do that, I'm definitely going to do that. Sherry Wiley, you know, I just thank all y'all, man. Megan McGinnis, her mom, y'all is just, if I forgot your name, don't think that you're forgotten. You're not. Everybody, you know, from Fight College to Moz Crew, I just appreciate every single one of y'all for treating me like a man and treating me like, you know, you appreciate what I do, my art. And I appreciate Doreen. I appreciate The Rock. You know, Teresa Ramos, I appreciate what you did with the support of, you know, getting your friends to come. It's been a lot of people like that. Carol, Wendy. I mean, y'all go out of y'all way, you know, to support something, you know, and I appreciate everything all of you have done. Now that everything is different, you know, we're moving on, we're trying to get a new place, but right now we're in a temporary place. Nothing has changed with us, you know what I mean? We're still doing what we do. We don't have the same crowd, but that's okay, because I know in time I'll have that plus more, you know, because we do what we do out of love. We do what we do for the fun of it. And, you know, we got to pay our bills. We got to be able to do this without having somebody over our heads, because that's how I've lived my whole life. I've had authority over me, unnecessary authority, in the sense of if you have a label, you don't necessarily have to treat somebody like the label says. I mean, you do your job, but you don't have to look down on somebody because you have a supervisor or manager title. You don't. I necessarily don't do that. You know, if you were to put me in a situation like that, you would still be who you are, and I would treat you like who you are without making it seem like I'm above you because I have supervisor on my tag. And so I don't really, I can't live like that anymore. I know my talents speak for themselves. I mean, you got to understand why we walked away from The Rock. It's because we weren't making nearly what we were supposed to. When you make $15 a class and you have 50 students, you know, you got to weigh the pros and cons on that. And that was just the smartest thing for me to do, because I'm actually losing money, because it was set up nice. Don't get me wrong. I made, you know, $15 for the class, and then drop-ins, you know, you get the business gets $5 for the drop-ins. They get $3 and I get $2. But so $15 plus $2 every time I get somebody to come in that's not a member, right? So once they come to the class, they start enjoying it. They join. Some people just join just for my class. And we flip those people over to membership. So now I'm not even getting the $2. I'm just really getting the $15, maybe get like $6 extra here and there. I can't pay my bills like that. So I winded up stepping to, you know, the supervisor and asking, you know, can I, you know, make more money? Now, the reason I was able to even come to that decision is because they were telling me that they were going to put a new wall in. I mean, break down the wall and make more space and then put in a new floor. Now, if you're going to do that, then why can't you pay the person that you're doing that for? So you're telling me you're going to expand on the building, but not me, you know, and basically you're telling me I'm an asset to the company. I mean, I got so much love, but it was more love in words than action. And when you're in that type of situation, you have to weigh the pros and cons. And what was happening was I was winding up losing money, and it was starting to weigh on my mind that, you know, am I even in the right place, because I can't build this like I want. You know, I want to take it even further than what I'm doing, and this is my life. You know, this is how we're going to pay our bills and how we're going to live.
Destroy the incentive.
Yeah.
Because normally, and this is, you know, maybe a topic for another video, but we're definitely going to get into that, which is the way I encourage everybody to work for themselves.
Right.
I make that general sweeping statement because one of the ways that we need to heal is from money. And, you know, that's a big topic, but if you're not feeling, and unfortunately it's like that it is like that anywhere. I'm going to make a blanket statement. If you're not working for yourself, I'm going to bet that 99% of people are in a structure where they definitely feel the same thing everybody else complains about with their job: the authority, the lack of creativity, no incentive. It pretty much feels like everybody wants you to just stay mediocre, so that they don't have to pay you for doing anything beyond mediocrity. Because it really, what you do in those situations is that you're challenging the people that are supposedly above you or in authority to do something. And when you cause somebody to have to get into action on your behalf, that's where you run into problems. Because most people don't have the courage or the love for their own self to stand up properly for what's right in their own life. But now you're asking that same kind of person to do that for you.
Right.
Instead of doing that, which seems to go completely the hard way around, I encourage everybody to work for yourself. Do only what you love and work for yourself.
And when
so you avoid all of this issue of somebody not valuing you properly and destroying your incentive to remain in partnership and try to have any growth to benefit them. Because if it's not benefiting you, what's the point?
Yeah, because it's a middleman. If you take out the middleman, everything is fine because it's received by the people who are.
And there's a lot of this in big picture. We got middlemen in places all over that need to be taken out, and have it be direct energy and spiritual currency being exchanged between individuals who are participating in the exchange, not somebody who's standing aside profiting from the exchange while adding nothing as far as a resource. I'm talking about adding more than just a space.
Right. I don't want to make it seem like I'm beating up on the Rock and that because that's where I built that's where we built what we built, but where we're going from now, and this is why we left. We have to.
It's the structure. It's not the individual. The perspective that we're offering is definitely trying to be more big picture than anything, because we're talking about them in our personal lives, but because that's the only experience we have to talk about. But these are things that other people most definitely can relate to.
It's necessary for us,
and they're living as well. We're not the only ones who went through this experience. And these are
understand
experiences everywhere.
It's been difficult. Like we've come to the end of the money that we've had. You know what I mean? But we trust ourselves and know and what we do.
We're not going to fund our dreams and back it if we don't put our money where our mouth is.
Right.
Who's going to?
Exactly. And we can talk all day about what's right and what's wrong, but if you're not actually doing it in action, then it
means nothing.
Exactly. And my spirit wouldn't let me go back to the Rock. Because what happened was it was a month ago. You know what I mean? Not a month ago. I had stepped to the Rock. Yeah, it was a month prior. I stepped to the Rock and said, I'm feeling like I deserve more for what's going on here. I've turned over all the drop-ins to memberships, and now I'm not getting anywhere.
Which is a success,
right?
That's the important.
So piece. I was offered $5 more, which would have been $20 for each class. So I had
which I think if most people were in that position would find that completely insulting.
It is, So I have four classes a week. So that's $80. That's $80 a week that I was making just for my dance classes. And I mean, just the logical thinking. If you go to your own place, you get your own place, or you find somewhere you can lease. Okay, say like what I'm doing now, where I'm at now, it's a lease. Just a percentage of what I make from my classes. So I can still make some money. And even though I don't have the same amount of people, nowhere close to that, because of the turnover, people are going back to school, coming back from vacation, going to vacation. It's a transition period. I'm still making more money I've been getting anywhere from 3 to 5, people per class. I'm still making as much, if not more, just with those few people. So you see the imbalance of what's going on here. I can't pay my bills on thank yous and you're an asset. I have to, you know, look out for my future, and I know if I can take what I'm doing in my dance anywhere. You know, it's just about people knowing what's being offered, and it's the proof is what Dance Life is. The people that we have in Dance Life that came to our classes consistently